Hello, my friends. We're going to talk today about missing person Teressa Heartley, and she is missing from Florida. Her car broke down, and literally she went missing. So, I'm your host, Adrian Barry, and let's get into this. So, Teressa went missing on March 10th, 2023. So it's been pretty recent. So you probably haven't heard of this. That's why we like to do these. So she went out with one of her friends. Her roommate said that she actually went out with one of her friends. And her friend actually followed her in her car because she knew that her car kind of had some car problems, but she went with her in her car, followed her car, and then all of a sudden her car did break down. So with that, then Teressa's friend ends up going and taking her car and going to go get help for someone that knew a little bit more about cars, or someone that could tow or something like that. And then when she came back, Teressa was nowhere to be found, according to this friend. Now, what's interesting about this, though, is that one of his friends, Robert, said that him and his girlfriend have actually been taking care. So she's had a little bit of memory loss lately. And because of that, he's been taking care of her. Like, she forgets to pay her water bill and her electric bill and stuff. So both of them have kind of decided to step in and to help Teressa and, take care of those things for her. And he actually went over to her house on the 11th and realized that she wasn't there. She was supposed to bake a cake for Robert's girlfriend for a surprise party on the 12th. And she just wasn't there at all. So when he spoke to her roommates, one of her roommates said, "Oh, she left yesterday with one of her friends, and that's the last time I've seen her." Okay. He ended up trying to call her, and she wasn't answering and went straight to voicemail. But he said he didn't worry because they figured they were all having fun together and hanging out. So he's "Oh, well, she's probably just hanging out with her friend." And then actually he realized too that Teressa actually ended up leaving her phone at home. So again, though, she's very forgetful. So sometimes she just forgets stuff like that. So that wasn't really unusual. And he was "Oh, okay, well, fine." So he ended up trying to call the mutual friend because Teressa was friends with them and well. But he said that the man just hung up on him. So, which was kind of odd. All of a sudden he just picks up the phone and hangs up on him. And the thing is they're normally mutual friends. They're normally people that hang out together. So that was really kind of surprising. So Robert said too that he only began to worry when Teressa didn't show up for his girlfriend's surprise party, which was on Saturday. He's okay, that's really not like her. She doesn't stay out all night, just to be out and about. She normally doesn't do that. She normally always comes home, contacts people, something that was very odd. And then the fact that they were pretty close friends, even with this memory loss, he's I'm pretty sure that she would have came. So he ended up reporting her missing on Wednesday, which is March 15th. So she's been missing for 5 days now. So according to the incident, reported to the county sheriff's department, Teressa was last seen on Friday, March 10th, leaving her phone in St. Augustine in a white Dodge pickup with a trailer attached to it. So the reports state that a man, and the man's name is actually redacted from the report at this time, actually picked up Teressa so that they could go collect some firewood, cook bonfire, and all that. And then followed her in her vehicle. So followed her truck and trailer. And then he said, then the truck got stuck. So according to the report, the man said Teressa left in the wooded area on foot to go get help. After an unspecified period of time, this man, that's name is redacted, Teressa turned around. He said he turned around to go back and wait to the car until he returned with help. So he was "Hey, why don't you come back with me? We're just gonna, have you sit in the truck for a minute here. And then I'm going to go find some help. I'm going to go in my car. You just stay in the truck. I'm going to go find help in my car and come back. I'm going to find someone that can pull us out or something, because there's a truck and trailer." Okay. So he said that when he returned with his sister, and they returned, with a new vehicle to try to get her car out of where it was stuck. Teressa was nowhere to be found. So, and we tried to reach out to the friend. We got absolutely no response as well. So at this time, the sheriff's department said it does not suspect that there is foul play involved. So there has been a ton of search teams that have gone around searching the Octical National Forest for Teresa. So thinking, okay, well, maybe she just like walked off thinking, okay, I need to go get help, and forgot that Robert maybe told her to stay. I don't know. And she didn't have her phone on her. So the organization that has done these searches, they've had horses, they've had canines, all looking out in the forest for her. And the search and rescue chief said so far they have located 2 blue metal chairs that had actually belonged to her, several cigarette butts near the area of the forest where she was last seen, but they haven't seen anything else. So they've covered over 430,000 acres, and they said that they're going to continue to hopefully find her. Her niece said, I wasn't even aware that she was a missing person until I had a reporter reach out to me and asked if I wanted to comment on her. It's kind of that's interesting as well. So Teresa is 5'8", she has blonde hair, blue eyes. She's about 116 pounds, and she was last seen wearing blue tennis shoes, dark t-shirt. So, and again, she might have signs of memory loss. Kind of interesting. I just want to bring this one to light here. I like to bring these smaller cases to light. I like to bring them up because people are talking about these cases. My personal theories that I can think of for this are that she just walked away, like not even realizing what she was doing, and got lost. I mean, she could have been attacked by something. She could have just died of starvation. There's a whole list of stuff, especially when you're out in the woods. Like when you're in the woods, try not to get murdered, right? There's all that. And then I'm sure that people are going to also suspect that friend, and that's why he's redacted and he's not talking to anyone right now. Understandable. But I'm sure people are going to think, oh, did they get in an argument? Did he do something to her? It is kind of odd that he just like all of a sudden just like didn't respond to his other friend, supposedly that they're friends, and let him know like, oh my gosh, I can't find her, she just ran off. Like, okay, so that is kind of odd. I get that. So there is that as well. That is very interesting. I mean, another thing I guess could be, what about these 2 that are taking care of her? Are they thinking, oh, we can get some money or something? I'm just throwing out, I don't think that, but I'm just saying that could have been a theory as well. Another thing that is interesting to me, and I'll link all this up too, that there has actually been a few sightings around the area that she was at that during those days that she was missing. So those 5 days that she was missing, there was actual alien sightings that people said that they saw and reported it as a UFO. So I mean, there's always a chance too that maybe aliens took her. I'm just saying, like, and I'm sure that there's going to be people out there too saying like, oh, what about Bigfoot? Is Bigfoot hanging around there and Bigfoot like took her or something? I guess that's a possibility as well. It's just very odd that like she just disappeared in that spot. She's completely gone from that spot. As far as I know right now, there's no like blood or fluids or anything that had been found in her car or her friend's car or her friend's car that went to help her. So I don't know, I'm curious of what you guys think on this. Let me know what your theories are on this, and do you really think it could be aliens, or Bigfoot could have taken her in some way? Do you think that that's possible? Feel free, you're more than welcome. You can always email me at crimetheoriespodcast@gmail.com. We're on all the socials, feel free to find us, and as always, just keep